Hello Internet, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evitel, and welcome to the weekly reset, Taliesin and Evitel's Wondrous Wisdomshow, bringing you all the latest WoW news and knowledge because... What on earth is all of this?
I don't know, fan mail?
Yeah, but it's all addressed to you.
Oh yeah, probably not fan mail then. Oh yeah, it's probably just the usual, you know, bills, court summons, that sort of thing. Let's have a look. Oh, awesome!
Oh, what does it say?
It's from Thaumaturge Vasheen. He says I lost some currency and he's sending it back to me.
Oh, great. What is it?
I don't know, it's empty.
Oh.
It's probably one of these other ones. Let's have a look.
Any luck?
No, this one's empty as well. What's going on?
I mean, do you remember what currency you actually lost?
No, I don't, but now that he's mentioned it, I can't possibly be happy until I do have it back, whatever it happens to be. Empty. Empty. Empty.
Oh, wait, Khadgar, this one's for you.
Oh, I won't get too excited, Khadgar. I'm beginning to think that Thaumaturge Vasheen is a bit like that Nigerian prince I gave my bank account details to.
Knowledge is power.
Mother...
Oh, grats, Khadgar.
What is a Thaumaturge?
Let's get on with the show.
Oh, what, this old thing? I'd forgotten we even had this, to be honest. We only put this old one up when we don't care what the episode looks like. Welcome to the show. We couldn't make an episode last week, which genuinely, seriously, broke our little hearts, because there has been so much to talk about. There was the start of the Mythic Plus Invitationals, a World of Warcraft live esports event, which I could actually watch and enjoy, because for once, I had the slightest idea what was happening on screen. Seriously, this was like a genuinely novel experience for me. There was one bit when they went into more of Souls, and I knew what was happening, because I've done more of Souls. Like, people cast some spells and hit some baddies and healed some things, and I was like, I've hit some baddies, I've healed those things, this is actually quite fun. And then there was this other bit where Sloot and Automatic Jack talked for like literally an hour while the production team sorted out a bug and disqualified some guy, and I was like, I've sat around for hours because the game is broken doing nothing too. I relate to this show so much, and I clearly was not the only one, because the live stream peaked at over 30,000 live viewers, which is ridiculous and brilliant. I didn't know that esports could be so much more enjoyable when I actually knew what was happening. Basically, my life has changed forever. But we can't talk about that now because that is old news. We also missed another almighty forum storm on the Netherlight Crucible, the artifact upgrading device on the Blingdakar that feels like it was genuinely designed with this show in mind, because the Netherlight Crucible is the shit show that keeps on giving. But apart from the fact that I find it impossible to get worked up about the Netherlight Crucible, hey, it gives me an extra trait, and that's cool, bro. And no, it's not like reforging, because, you know, it doesn't reforge the stats on my gear, it gives me an extra trait. We can't talk about that either, because that is old news. There was the stupid data-mined look at some rather exciting stuff that will be coming to the game after the next raid, Antorus, the Burning Throne, which sent the WoW community, and in particular the WoW YouTube community, absolutely wild with excitement and speculation, and we are going to talk about that, because it all links in rather nicely to the actual main story this week, Ian Hazacostas and the World of Warcraft Year in Review video that just got released. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, with all this exciting stuff going on, why would we choose to focus on what is essentially a promotional video? It being so safe and on message and shot in a way that looks like it's trying to sell Ian to us as a desirable lifestyle item rather than as a game developer. But all will become clear, I promise. The video itself is a beautiful thing, purely for how Blizzard it is. I mean, first of all, it's a year in review in September, when there's still 25% of the year to go, and it opens with footage from a cinematic that was released in 2015. So, you know, so far this is a really, really good video. Nice one, Blizz. But then, thank goodness, we get to the man himself, Ian, the dev who puts the Ian into Legion, sitting in stunning HD in the middle of a room that looks like the Warcraft equivalent of a David Brent music video. And as you can see, Ian is out to make a lot of friends in this video because he's wearing a t-shirt with a picture of an orc on it, to talk about Legion, which, if you're an orc player, is a bit like George R.R. Martin wearing a t-shirt of your favourite Game of Thrones character, a year after he casually killed that Game of Thrones character in a horrific way that you've never quite forgiven him for. And most of what Ian says is pretty standard stuff. I get the feeling that this whole video is just a gentle reminder to the player base that 2017 has seen a constant, regular, and pretty much unprecedented delivery of content from Blizzard, something that Ian and his team are clearly proud of, and for which they deserve immense praise. And hey, you know what? A love-in is okay every now and then if you've earned it, and I don't think anyone is going to begrudge Ian that, because Legion has been ace, and he's done a lot to make that happen. And you know what? It was so good to see the community respond with the praise that he and his team earned. Take this opportunity to show their appreciation for all that's been achieved in Legion and allow themselves just a tingle of excitement about what we've got to look forward to, in that no, it was a shit show, obviously. A big F you is all I can say. Eon is the biggest fucking idiot in all of Blizz. Too bad they chose the path of catching filthy casuals in the game and fired hardcore players from the game. Dead game, this game sucks. Okay, well, not everyone appreciates a good loving, I guess. I have to admit, there was a part of this video where I got a bit anxious too. And not just the bit where he says they are resolving stories either, because you know, what? Ian talks a lot about wanting to release story content for Warcraft in a more organic way, to create a living world which is always changing and always evolving, where little events and happenings are happening all the time, and stories progress in little bits rather than huge chunks. To which my initial reaction was, oh shit, he's going to tell us that there are no more expansions and it's just going to be constant small updates from now on. Because you know, F that Blizz, no thanks. I love expansions. I love the speculation that comes beforehand. I love the excitement in the reveal and the build-up. I love the sheer massive volume of game-altering stuff that comes all in one go when they release. And if this is your way of telling me there's not going to be a proper expansion reveal at Blizzcon, then frankly, Ian, you can suck me, because Blizzcon is miles away. And if I go all that way and there's not a new expansion reveal, there is going to be serious trouble, okay? And all the Velcro backpack badges in the world aren't going to make up for that. Although, seriously, thanks for the Velcro badges. They're really cool. But it turns out, I needn't have worried about that, because then we get to the very end of the video and the reason we are even covering it on this show at all. Because Ian says this.
It's been great watching everybody delving into Argus, fighting the Legion, and I know players are wondering what's coming next. Where can we possibly go after this climactic battle that awaits us? And can't wait to tell everybody more about it at Blizzcon, and we hope you'll all join us.
I don't know about you, Internet, but to me, that sounds an awful lot like the lead developer of World of Warcraft basically just telling us flat out that there is definitely going to be an expansion reveal at BlizzCon. And I know we all expect there to be a reveal at BlizzCon anyway. I know that is not a surprise to anyone, but this right here is essentially official confirmation. And it also explains why we are sitting through a year in review video in September, because it's like Ian is drawing a line under Legion here. This is the cool stuff we did. There was tons of it, just like we promised. From now on, let's look forward to the next expansion, which sounds good to me because it's basically what we've been doing anyway ever since, and there's spoiler stuff coming up here, we saw these data mined images from the PTR, which tells us exactly what's going to happen. Don't say you weren't warned about the spoilers, right? To Silithus at the climax of the Antorus raid. Basically, Sargeras sticks his sword into it, putting a massive hole in the middle, and no good can come of that because this is where an old god lives. Now, this is obviously quite exciting. Here we have an iconic area of the old world which wasn't touched in the Cataclysm revamp, getting a John Travolta-style makeover and becoming a focus of our attention, leading directly into the new expansion, or possibly even being the location of a gap-bridging mini-raid. And that is awesome. Speculation, go wild, because speculation is great fun. But let's get one thing straight. I've heard lots of people refer to this data mined map as a leak, to which I say, bullshit. Blizzard know we are going to find every single little thing in those files, so if they put something like this on the PTR, that's because they want you to find it. One thing I've been really interested in this expansion is how Blizzard have been using the PTR as an integral part of their hype machine. Every new piece of content we've had, straight afterwards, there's been something new discovered on the PTR for us to get excited about. Just as people were starting to realise that the Legion Fall campaign in 7.2 was a dud, Argus appears on there and gives us views of space and planets, the Kultira sets, the Silithus map, Ian's cheeky X-Pack reveal confirmation. All of this is part of the same process, designed to get us excited and talking about what's coming next constantly, and it works because I'm excited. It's clever, it's devious, and I like it.
Tech news, and the world has been changed this week by a giant leap forward in connectivity with the release of the Battlenet phone app. Now, for the first time on your mobile device, you can have constant access to everything you'd ever need to stay constantly in touch with your in-game friends and goings-on. Oh, except for your order hall stuff, you'll still need the Legion companion app for that. And, of course, you'd still use your Armory app to visit the auction house. That's a totally separate thing. Oh, and obviously if you actually want to log into the game at all, you're still going to need your Authenticator installed, so don't uninstall your Authenticator. But essentially, the new app is everything else you'd ever need. Assuming you need another way for people to ignore your busy status and ask if you want to help them run through Ultwar for transmog. If that's you, then seriously, you're going to love this thing. And if you haven't already, don't forget to take a couple of hours out of your day and listen to the new audio drama that Blizzard put up on the World of Warcraft Warcraft YouTube channel, because honestly, if you've never listened to one of these before, you are missing out, if only because you need Stephen Pacey, the narrator, in your life, like, right now. Because this guy's amazing. He was in Blake 7, and no one who was on Blake 7 can possibly be bad, because it was basically Doctor Who if each episode of Doctor Who was created entirely out of egg boxes and sock puppets. I mean, more so. He was the Rat King in Dark Souls 2, and he narrated the previous Tomb of Sargeras audio drama that came out just before the launch of Legion. That was also brilliant, but if anything, this is even better, as it tells the story of what happened to Illyria and Turalyon from the moment they disappeared at the end of the Second War, throughout the 1,000 years of their time until the present day, when we meet them again on Argus. There are serious implications for the roles that the light and the void will play in the story of WoW going forward, which is our next video, so I won't go into it too much here, and fleshes out the characters in a really satisfying way. Here are the main takeaways. Lithraxion is awesome. I know you don't believe me, because in the game, he's like this gruff, glowing demon who is slightly annoying mostly because of his obnoxious size that kind of gets in your way as you're trying to make your way to the Paladin mission table. But in this audio drama, he's completely different. A soft, caring, and loyal older brother figure who always seems like he's just about to ruffle Illyria's hair or playfully punch Turalyon on the shoulder. Aww. I mean, if he did that, he would instantly maim Turalyon, because obviously Lithraxion is still a 10-foot-tall demon murder machine, but he's just got a really friendly voice and likable demeanor now, and I like him. I'm a fan. Illyria and Turalyon can't touch each other. One is full of light and the other is full of void, and apparently that means that if they come into physical contact, there's fireworks, and not of the sexy kind. Does that mean disciplined priests can't touch themselves? Is that what they mean by discipline? But my favorite part of the entire drama is when Locust Walker is teaching Illyria secrets of the void and tells her, "The shadow will heal your scars, the shadow will reveal your destiny." Now, where have we heard that before? Two sides of the same coin indeed. This is definitely going to end well, I think. So, you want to talk about why we didn't do a weekly reset last week?
Yeah, sure. It's because I couldn't do it because I was ill in bed.
You were ill, but there's something like really specific about the way that you were ill that I think our viewers would want to know.
I hurt my neck, Evitel.
You hurt your neck.
I hurt my neck doing extreme sports. No, I didn't. I hurt my neck by literally turning around in my chair.
Like whipping around?
No, it wasn't even whipping around. It was moving around slowly to look at the clock on the wall. I literally went like this. And that was it. Boom, my neck was dead. And I had to come in and like lie down on the bed. And I didn't get up from the bed for about 3 or 4 days. And I couldn't move. I literally just couldn't move. I just pulled something in my neck and I was done.
It was like the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
You've seen more pathetic than that. We've been together for a while now.
That's true. That's true.
Like, that doesn't even rank up there, to be honest. But it was annoying. I was in bed and I couldn't look at any screens. Couldn't look at any screens, Evitel. My life was rubbish. I had to read books.
You did, though. You did eventually get yourself in front of a screen and you were like...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I did it for Raid, for the team, Evitel. So I'm sorry that we've been a bit off schedule this last week, but it was because of actual genuine injury to me. We'll be good for BlizzCon. And speaking of BlizzCon, we made a promise.
We did.
We made a promise that we would be releasing merchandise in time for BlizzCon, which means I guess we better release some merchandise.
Like right now.
Yeah, we have released a series of t-shirts.
Yes.
T-shirt designs on Spreadshirt. There's also a mug design, and there's a hoodie design as well. Now, we haven't worked out how to make our Spreadshirt page look nice at the moment.
Oh, it looks awful.
It's a fucking shit show.
It looks awful.
It's absolutely terrible.
But find something you like in there.
There'll be something on there like there's men's t-shirts, there's women's t-shirts, there's white t-shirts, there's coloured t-shirts, there's white writing and black writing, and oh my goodness, it's all going on. Now, one thing I will say is, we don't make any money from these t-shirts. We make like $1 per t-shirt, okay? So if you're going to buy one, don't buy it to support this channel.
Yeah.
Buy it simply because you want the t-shirt.
You want to
and for no other reason. Because, you know, t-shirts are expensive, man. Yeah, and, like, you know, postage is expensive. And, you know, mugs are expensive. If you want it, it's not expensive. But don't do it just to support us. We don't need that. We don't want you to do that. But if you want the t-shirt and you want to be wearing it in BlizzCon and looking awesome...
so we can spot you in the crowd and be like... So we can see that
you are the only person in BlizzCon who watches our fucking videos. And we will come and we will hug you. And that'll be awesome.
We won't flip you off. I just did that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really the sales technique that we want to go for.
No, that's like an encouraging...
That's like negging. That's like a negging sell.
That's like a fuck yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So there you have it. Buy our t-shirt to get hugged by me in BlizzCon and get flipped off by Evitel. That's how it's going to work, apparently. But it's the same company that Preach uses, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be
Legit.
good quality. Legit
Quality.
quality.
Or is it going to be crisp?
Is that what he says?
Is that what it's going to be?
One that says, like, it was a shit show, obviously.
Yeah,
and
it
there's
does.
one which is Tea's Bay. We can a reproduction of the Tea's Bay.
The classic
And
Tea's Bay
I think
t-shirt.
we're going to add a Knowledge is Power one, maybe.
I think we
a little
should.
bit
I
later
think
on
we
as well.
should.
So, you know, take your pick.
And if you have any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah. If you've got any suggestions, it's a bit late.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
T-shirts are on
but
there now,
it'll
so
be-
maybe you should come up with those suggestions a bit earlier. If you have enjoyed this episode, don't thank us. Thank our patrons who give their actual real-life money to help support this channel. I think it's fair to say, Evitel, that without our patrons, this video that is happening right now would not have happened. Particularly the weekly reset, they help happen,
that's
which
true,
is
that's
really,
true.
really awesome. And if you didn't enjoy the video, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever, man.
You've already watched it, man. We've already got your fucking money.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
And if you didn't enjoy this video, downvote the shit out of it. And remember, our name is Carbot Animations.
Now, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evitel.
Until next time, cheerio.